Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. In today's What's for Dinner video, I'll be sharing with you what meals we had this past week. Now this week was a little unusual for us. We had 2 birthdays in my family and then Gary was out of town for a few days. So I will show you what we had for dinner and hopefully you can get some weeknight meal ideas for you and your family. This first night, we weren't super hungry for dinner. We'd eaten a late lunch and we were crazy busy this day getting ready for my sister's birthday party. So I just wanted something quick and, not a ton of food for us for dinner. Earlier this day, I bought this street corn queso dip at Sam's Club, so I decided to bake that up, just did it according to the package instructions, and then I had this box of the TGI Fridays boneless wings in my freezer, so I cooked those in the air fryer according to package instructions, and I did toss them with a little Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce at the end, and then yeah, that was our dinner this night. Super quick and easy. I wasn't sure if we'd like it with tortilla chips or corn chips, so I gave us a little bit of both. I liked the tortilla chips and Gary liked the corn chips, but I liked it either way. But yeah, quick and easy dinner. The next day, we had my family over to celebrate my youngest sister's 18th birthday, and my mom had like a minor surgery several days before this, so I wanted to be able to help out, with her birthday. I asked my sister what she wanted, and she said she wanted hibachi and a strawberry cheesecake. So we ordered the hibachi from just a hibachi food truck in our town. We got the chicken, shrimp, and steak with fried rice and vegetables. Then we got a big container of yum yum sauce, spring rolls, and then I got some sushi. When we all go out for hibachi, we like to get sushi. I got this platter at Sam's Club, and y'all, this was like 44 pieces of sushi for about $25. So it was a great deal, and it was actually pretty good. And then I did get the ginger dressing at the hibachi restaurant, but for this salad, I just bought a big bag of the iceberg salad from Sam's Club, and it was only like $2.50 for a big container. It was a lot cheaper than getting it at the restaurant. And then we have the clear soup, and here is the strawberry cheesecake. So I ordered this from just a lady in our town that bakes cheesecakes, and I got these little Max and Ruby little cupcake toppers on Etsy, and so I added that to her cake. And yeah, I also decided to serve some watermelon. I just had it in the fridge, and we all love watermelon. It needed to be used up. And then I also made like a quick little punch. So I just took equal parts of ginger ale and the Simply Lemonade strawberry lemonade, and then I added some fresh strawberry slices and lemon slices that I had on hand. And yeah, that was our birthday celebration. It was delicious, and it was really good to get together and have presents and cake and all the things to celebrate my sister's birthday. So the next day, Gary had to fly out of town. He went to New York for a couple days for business and work stuff. So I decided while he was gone, I was going to make tuna noodle casserole. He hates tuna noodle casserole with a fiery passion. So when I found out he was gone, I was like, yes, tuna noodle casserole night. So I actually saw this version on All Recipes Instagram, and it kind of intrigued me. It was just one ingredient different than how I usually make it, but I wanted to give it a try. So let me show you what I did real quick. In this pot here, I just boiled up some egg noodles and drained it. This pot isn't dirty. It's just from cooking the egg noodles. I put the egg noodles back in here. I'm going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup. Next, I'm going to add in a can of tuna that I drained. Now, I like to add frozen peas in here most of the time. Sometimes I won't add them. You could add mixed vegetables, peas and carrots, whatever you prefer. You can just leave the veggies out altogether. And I just eyeball the amount of peas depending on how many I want that day. Now, I'm going to add in a splash of milk. And then for the All Recipes recipe that I saw, I didn't follow the recipe. All I did was switch out this next ingredient. So normally I add shredded cheese to my tuna casserole. The All Recipes said to add sliced American cheese. So figured I'd give it a try. So I added in the slices, just kind of gave them a rough shred as I added them. And then I added in a little bit of pepper. I gave that a stir and then just allowed that to cook on like medium low for a few minutes until the cheese was completely melted. You can add in a little more splash of milk if you feel like it needs it. And this is what it looked like when it was done. I served this up just with a quick side salad, and I will make this again. Now, sometimes I will take the casserole just how it is, and then pop it into the oven, like sometimes with some shredded cheese on top, sometimes with some crushed up potato chips. But today I just did a stovetop version, and yeah, I really liked this version with the sliced American cheese. I think I'll do that in the future. For dinner the next night, I tried a new recipe for Rotel Pasta. And if you like, or your family likes, Hamburger Helper, I think you'll really like this. I would give this a try. So in this pot here, and once again, pot's not dirty. I boiled some pasta in this before. I'm going to add in some ground beef. Use my little chopper to chop that up, and then I'm going to season the ground beef. Use whatever seasonings you like. I decided to go with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And once I've got that seasoned, I am going to, again, take that little food chopper and chop up my ground meat. Now, I decided to add in some diced onions. You could also add in garlic. You could add in some diced bell pepper, or just leave the veggies out altogether if you're, just trying to get dinner on the table really quickly. So I'm going to allow this to brown. This is on about medium heat. Once the ground beef is cooked all the way through, and side note, you could also do this with like ground turkey as well. You may need to drain the fat off of it. I didn't have to. Next, we're going to add in a can of Rotel. I did slightly drain the Rotel. Now, I allowed that to simmer on medium for about 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to add in some cubed up Velveeta cheese. Now, if you're morally opposed to Velveeta, just close your eyes. This recipe isn't for you. Once we've added the Velveeta cheese in, we're going to add in some cream cheese. I just had the whipped cream cheese on hand, so that's what I'm going to add. Now, I turned the heat down to about medium low, and I allowed that to cook for just about 5 minutes. I did keep an eye on it and stirred it every once in a while. Once the cheeses have melted all the way, we can move on. Now, while that's cooking, real quick, for this side, I have a bag of frozen steam-in-a-bag broccoli. I'm going to cook that in the microwave according to the package instructions. And I have this garlic Parmesan basil butter. I found this at Walmart. I'm going to add just a little pat of butter to the hot broccoli once it comes out to give it a little flavor. Now I'm going to finish up the Rotel pasta. So the cream cheese and Velveeta has melted. I'm going to add in some shredded cheddar cheese. Now I don't believe the recipe called for milk, but I felt like it was a little thick and I wanted to add in a splash of milk. So I'm going to give that a stir, and then once the cheddar cheese has melted, we can add in our cooked pasta. This is some cavatappi or corkscrew pasta that I cooked according to the package instructions, and I drained it. You could really use any shape, elbow macaroni or bow ties, anything would be fine. We're going to give that a stir and cook that for just a couple minutes to warm everything through, and then yeah, that's it. This is the finished product. See how creamy it is. Again, if it's a little thick, add in a splash of milk or just allow it to sit for a minute or two before serving. With the Velveeta, it'll thicken up. Here is a picture of my plate. So I have some of the Rotel pasta and the broccoli, and I really liked this. Like I said earlier, if you like the Hamburger Helper, I definitely think you and your family will like this. Or if you like Rotel dip, give this a try. This tasted just like the cheeseburger Hamburger Helper, only a little better. I liked it better, and I've made several different recipes for like a homemade version of Hamburger Helper, and this is the one that I've liked the best so far. So like I said, if you like Hamburger Helper, if you all like Rotel dip, or if you're just looking for a really quick and easy dinner, I would give this recipe a try. And I apologize, I forgot to mention the Rotel pasta recipe and the All Recipes tuna casserole will be linked in my description box below for you. And this Rotel pasta, you could easily do this in the crock pot. Just brown up some hamburger meat, add your cream cheese, your Velveeta cheese, and Rotel to your crock pot, just like you're making Rotel dip. Cook it, on high or low until the cheeses are melted, and then just, add in the pasta, and like I said, great, easy crock pot dinner. For dinner the next night, we just had leftovers. Gary got home, I believe, like around 7:30 or 8 that night. And yeah, so we just did leftovers real quick. He had leftover hibachi and sushi, and I had leftover Rotel pasta, and that was our dinner that night. The next day was my dad's birthday, and also the 4th of July. I asked Dad what he wanted for his birthday, and he requested that we grill out hamburgers and hot dogs. Now, I didn't show me making all this, but I've shown all these recipes before on my channel, I will link the appropriate videos or put in the recipes down in the description box below for you. So first up, my mom brought some hamburger buns, and she also provided the hamburgers and hot dogs. I just cooked them up. So we've got some hamburgers and the hot dogs. Some of them have barbecue sauce on them, some of them don't. And then I had a couple strip steaks. My dad loves steak, so I cooked a couple up for him and whoever else wanted some. And then I set out, the traditional hamburger hot dog toppings with some lettuce, tomato, sliced onion. I made some deviled eggs, potato salad, baked beans. And if I do have to say so myself, these baked beans were pretty darn tasty. And like I said, I will put how I made them in the description box below. I don't have a specific recipe though. I just eyeball the amount, so I apologize about that, but I will list out what I used to make those. Then I also made some, I think it's called Touchdown Taco Dip. It's from the Plain Chicken. I'll link the recipe down below. It's so easy. It's just sour cream, shredded cheese, can of Rotel drained, and then the Fiesta Hidden Valley Ranch dips mix. You just mix that up. We've got some red, white, and blue tortilla chips. And then my mom brought some macaroni salad. I've said before on my channel that I prefer homemade macaroni salad, but Gary and my mom prefer the store-bought. It's easier anyway. So she brought that for me. And then Dad wanted a salad, so I just made a quick salad. Lettuce, tomato, cucumber, shredded cheese, and bacon, and then some salad toppings. And I set the dressings out on the table. Now for his birthday quote-unquote cake, Dad wanted brownie sundaes. So I took 2 boxes of the Ghirardelli brownie mix, just baked it according to the package instructions, and then we've got all of the sundae toppings, and then Dad likes the Breyers French vanilla ice cream, so that's what we use to top our sundaes with. And yeah, if I do say so myself, this dinner was yummy. It was so good, and the brownie sundaes were just, they're delicious. I haven't had a brownie sundae in a while, and they are so good. After the 4th of July, my little brother stayed with us. So instead of going home with my parents, he stayed with us over the weekend. And so this Friday night, I asked what he wanted for dinner. He wanted a chicken wrap. So we just ordered takeout from a local restaurant. He and Gary got their chicken bacon ranch wraps, and I got the Philly cheesesteak. This was huge. I only ate like half of it. And the curly fries were pretty tasty. All right, that is it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I know there wasn't a whole lot of like cooking per se in here that you saw, but like I said, we had the 2 birthdays, the holiday, and then Gary being gone. But hopefully you got some dinner ideas to try. Also, remember, I have a whole what's for dinner playlist with literally, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating, hundreds of dinner ideas. So that playlist is always linked in the description box below for you, so check that out. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope if you celebrate Independence Day, if you're here in the US, that you had a happy and safe July 4th. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.